we focus on protein.
Yeah.
Even though I'm an enormous advocate of fat as well, it's weird to focus on fat. It's weird to ask my kids, have you had any fat today? That's a weird thing to ask.
Yeah.
So I will just say, hey, you want to eat some chips? Have you had some protein?
Yeah.
I don't want them to think of these things as forbidden. Although as the parent with my wife, we control the food that comes into our house. And so any parent who's looking at a kid who's getting a little chubbier than they want, and they're getting to puberty age, which is when it really matters. Before puberty, if a kid's chubby, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Typically, puberty will kind of resolve that issue. But if they're getting chubbier during puberty, you need to look at what habits you're instilling in that child.
Yeah.
And the food you're bringing in, because typically how a kid comes out of puberty is how they're going to be through adulthood.
Yeah.
So late teens in a girl, early 20s in a boy, puberty finishes later in men. That typically is going to be the body that our body's going to kind of reset to throughout our life. Not always, but it matters then. So parents, intervene, look at yourself. Don't think you're not a part of this. So in my home, we try to not bring a lot of junk food into the home in the first place.
Yeah.
We just never any soda, never any juice. It's milk or water. Sometimes we'll have goldfish crackers. Sometimes we have chips. And that sort of just depends on kind of the mood in the home. But it's even when it is there, we just try to have a culture of, have you had some protein yet? And the kids will know. They'll go eat a little beef stick. They will have some cheese, or they will have some zero sugar yogurt or cottage cheese. My son loves cottage cheese and grapes.
Yeah.
So we try to just focus on protein, because if it's a protein source, it's going to be, one, real food, and two, it's going to have healthy fat with it as well. And then I don't mind if they want to go have some crackers later.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. They're growing. I don't eat those crackers, but I'm fine with them eating them because they're still growing, and that energy can be used to fuel the growth. I typically stay home until breakfast is over.
Yeah.
I will make breakfast every morning. And it has carbs in it. It'll be crepes with lots of eggs. It'll be pancakes with lots of eggs, or waffles with lots of eggs in it.
Yeah.
Even though I use flour, none of my kids have any gluten sensitivity. And even though they will put some Nutella on their crepe, I don't mind a bit. I look at each crepe they're eating and think each crepe they're putting in their mouth has one full egg in it.
Yeah.
And I'm thrilled for that. So I will make breakfast every morning. My view on that is fast through breakfast. It's easier to do. Drink a cup of coffee or tea or whatever your habit is, and then just power through and eat a big lunch, a hearty, filling lunch. And when I do that, it makes it so much easier that when I come home, I eat a normal dinner and I'm still kind of full from lunch.
Yeah.
And then it makes it so much easier to plow through the evening.
Yeah.
So I try to have like a 4-hour window from when I've eaten before I go to bed. And so I try to, if I can, and evening is when I'm at my weakest, especially if there's something in the home that's tempting me. But I try to just not eat then. Eat dinner and go through the evening without eating anything else.